local sun music go down at least watch them.
Good afternoon all. So I welcome all of you to this seminar by Dr. Debdatta Mishra on space research with an emphasis on human space exploration. So we are very keen and eager to hear it. So before starting, we have with us along with Dr. Debdatta Mishra, we have with us Dr. Tara Pai, who is the Secretary and Director General of Council of Vibration Specialists, and our Dean Faculty and HOD Mechanical, Dr. Neeraj Deshmukh, who is also Chairman of Council of Vibration Specialists, Mumbai chapter. So I welcome them all. I welcome Dr. Debdatta, and before handing over the mic to him, I would like to briefly introduce him to all you guys. So Dr. Debdatta Mishra is graduated from Behrampur University, Odisha in 2004 in mechanical engineering branch with first class honors, third rank at university level, and later obtained his MTech in aerospace engineering from IIT Kharagpur. He started his career on 2005 at one of the DRDO's research lab and worked there until 2007. In 2007, he joined Indian Space Research Organization as Scientist C at ISRO Scientist Training School, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center after his selection. He underwent comprehensive training with live project on satellite launch vehicle technology, satellite systems, satellite payload and communication system design, and got posted to Liquid Propulsion System Center, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala after successful completion of Scientist Induction Training Program. At LPSC Thiruvananthapuram, he was actively involved in research, design and development of indigenous cryogenic propulsion stages of GSLV Mk2, Mk3 launch vehicles of ISRO. In 2010, he moved to satellite propulsion research and development areas and was working there until 2018 before his selection into human spaceflight program. From 2010 to 2018, he contributed in new design and development of spacecraft propulsion system for a number of remote sensing and communication satellite projects. Reusable launch vehicle, Mars orbiter mission, Chandrayaan-2, Chandrayaan-3 propulsion system, Aditya L1 mission, Venus mission, Titan-Sat-1, SpaceX-1, Mars mission 2, etc. He has got the unique experience in the research and development of propulsion system for launch vehicle projects, satellite projects, and human spaceflight project in his 15 plus years of career at ISRO. He has got opportunity to work on all areas of propulsion system, that is cryogenic propulsion system, chemical propulsion system, and green propulsion system. He is one of the senior project executives of GSAT satellite project. Dr. Debdatta Mishra is among the 23 scientists of ISRO who were selected by chairman of ISRO to kickstart the project work of prestigious Gaganyaan project and subsequently posted at Human Space Flight Center at ISRO headquarters on the same project as a senior project executive for entire orbital vehicle propulsion system. He is also one of the founding director and fellow of Council of Vibration Specialists, that is CVS, which is an NGO and non-profit organization to spread knowledge in vibration engineering. He is a life member of Aeronautical Society of India, life member of Astronautical Society of India, life member of American Society of Metals. Then he is also life member of Indian Society of System Engineering. He has published several technical papers in national conferences and international review, and he has joined Irisha Space Private Limited as COO and Director on 1st of April 2023. On behalf of all of us, heartily welcome Dr. Debdatta Mishra, and I request our HOD Dr. Mishra to kindly greet him. I also request Dr. Wheelers to welcome Dr. Pine. Now I request Dr. Mishra to proceed with his presentation.
कम कर सकते हैं ना लाइट को सामने एक मिनट कम सामने आ सकते हैं ना दिखाई नहीं देगा दूर से all of you can come front because you cannot see.
You want to consider
That side person, please come this side here. So many 25 seats left here. Come. Ultimate, I was learning something new and you should be दिखाई दे रहा है कि नहीं ऐसा नहीं करना.
Good afternoon to all of you. Am I audible? To the last row. Thank you. Before I start, I must say a big thank you to CRIT management giving me an opportunity to share my this more than 20+ years of experience with you guys, because you people are the future of our country, not only the future of our country, rather I can say the future of our humanity. Because a lot more potential you people are carrying than us, and you are the people who are going to bring a lot of changes, how we live, how we think, and how we are evolving. So thank you sir. And I'm not going to tell you any big equations or mathematics. I think that enough you are reading every day in your academic, and more qualified faculties and seniors are there who are taking care of it. So I have just made a small outline in the form of presentation where I am going to say you something which you might have read through some media, through some programs, TV programs, or some way of gathering knowledge from some like external sources. But what I am going to explain here is the future of our human race, how we are living, how we are going to live in the coming decades to come. And I have prepared my presentation in a very simple manner. Sometimes you may feel that these are the things you already know, but Uh, I'm not taking it as granted that every one of you knows about all these things, but maybe few of, or maybe some of you might have extra interest to know about space exploration. You might have done your homework. However, as a speaker, so it's my fundamental responsibility to keep the presentation in a very generalized way so that all the targeted audience will understand the motto of my presentation. And shall I start? Thank you. So, before I start the presentation, one video clip I want to share with you. So, I think with that we can start. It's a very famous video clip. Sound, where it will come? Sound.
Anyone can help? Audio. Muted or not? Yeah.
Because I want to take you all people to a
Space.
different plane. And if you already have your lunch, stomach full of lunch, you may be sleepy, so I will make it more interactive. So that I will not allow anyone to feel drowsy. Because this video clip is very famous one. This only starts with this space exploration only all these things started. And what we are saying today, maybe this is the mother of all the activity. With that activity is only all human. This Apollo 11 mission of NASA. It's the first mission where government started on the surface of the moon. Lack of gravity is giving extra weight to him to jump and come down like that. So they actually landed. Great. So there is a very famous sentence said by Neil Armstrong, who put his foot first on the surface of moon. There are three astronauts who are part of Apollo 11: Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin, and Colin Powell. So can someone from you remember that sentence what he said? Anyone?
A small step for man.
Yes.
Leap for man.
Big leap for the mankind. Yeah. So that is the era of human space exploration started on Earth. So good. It means something has already happened a few decades back, and for some reason it happened. And my job is not here to tell you again very big theorems or stories or astrophysics kind of thing. Just I have outlined everything in a very fairy tale story kind of thing, so that it will awaken your interest further. And who knows, tomorrow someone from you or maybe few from you will be the future astronauts of our country, will be taking tricolor to the other alien planets of this system, solar system or beyond. So my question is, do you think there is a possibility of extraterrestrial life out there? How many of you believe that other than, apart from us, there are also life exists elsewhere in this solar system? Great, good. I think all you people have done good amount of homework on this topic. Great. So yeah, but those as on today we did not have any solid proof. But we are very much hopeful, or a lot of research is happening elsewhere on extraterrestrial life. We have very powerful deep space antennas are directed to get the signals coming out from the within our solar system as well as away from our solar system. So people are analyzing and trying to get the scientists, astrophysicists, and other space scientists. They're trying to analyze and they're trying to get what is the meaning of this information. So hopefully in the coming decades or so we may get some tangible information out of it. So my presentation is outlined in this way. So I'm going to tell what is interplanetary missions, just for your understanding, like why we what we tell interstate, intercity. So what does it mean by interplanetary, planet to planet? Then what do we need it? Then third is varieties of interplanetary missions. Fourth is what is currently going on, what is going to happen, what is already happened in the past. Then future missions. Then what is the emphasis on human space exploration? Then we will conclude. These are very elementary level things, probably you might have studied in your school days, but however, as I mentioned, as a speaker, it's my duty to again refurbish and make you revisit your school days, because here I intentionally I have not kept any mathematical equations or any heavy theorems, so that you can enjoy it. Otherwise, you may consider this as like your one regular subject or one chapter you are seeing. I don't want to make you feel boring. Okay. And if someone knows about it also, please excuse me. You know, we are having 8 planets in our solar system apart from asteroids and other celestial bodies, moon. And and all these planets are divided into 2 parts. One is inner planet, which is very close to sun. One is outer planets, which is far away from sun. So along with us, Mars, Venus, Mercury are termed as inner planets. We have more or less very good similarities among us. Day-night durations more or less same. Surface temperature, our atmospheric composition are having similarities. But away from the sun, like Uranus, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn, they are having some similarities. Up to Neptune, because Pluto, the very past, near past, the International Astronomical Union, they declared it that is not a full planet, is rather a dwarf planet, because it's not meeting all the definitions or the criteria of a planet. So very unlucky, Pluto. So now it is out of our solar system, but still it exists and is revolving around sun with its own day and night period. Then apart from this inner and outer, there are many more planets which are there out of our solar system, but within our purview. They are called exoplanets. So for them, our sun is not their center of attraction. For them, their own sun is there. So there is one example, one planet is circling about a star called HD 187123. So far, we have discovered many exoplanets apart from these 8 planets what we have, including the current one where we are staying. Can someone Assume or imagine or have any knowledge up to now how many planets have been discovered within our range, which we have seen it, we have discovered it. Any idea? Can someone tell? Guess. At least you can guess. Guessing theory might have studied in your industrial engineering, right? Just guess how many? 100? 50? No, sorry, it's not more than million. Maybe it is there more than million, but so far discovered are around 5,000. So 5,000 planets are discovered so far, and to your surprise, more or less all these planets are livable. Like we have all the ingredients there. Probably if we reach there, we can survive there. But those are lakhs and lakhs, crores and crores, millions and millions light years away from us. So reaching there is not that much easy as on today. But the way technology is evolving, days are not far away. Future is not far away when we humans can put footprint there also. Okay. And there are many planets also have been discovered. They do not have sun. Assume classroom, there is no professor in the classroom. What usually people do? What usually all the student body does? Yeah. So chowtic, no unruly. Because sun is not there, so no one is there to control. There is no pull of attraction. So they go by their own way because their sun was unfortunately was swallowed by black hole. So I'm not going into that direction because that is again a very big physics. Assume there is no sun, planets are there. So very uncontrolled way they are moving, and what will happen to them nobody knows because they have orphan planets they are called. So luckily we are not orphan. We have sun. But if you were to believe that our sun also started dying, and maybe after 4 billion years will also lose our sun. But okay, this is a natural process like zero, where it started is going to end there. Let us not worry about that. What is going to happen, it will happen. It is not in our hand. So just for brushing your school level knowledge, this is our solar system. But if you see, these planets are not moving in a circular path. This is actually elliptical path. We call it a Keplerian path. Okay. So these are highly elliptical because you know somebody of you, as you all are from mechanical, if anybody is there from aerospace, they understand what is Eulerian path. Keplerian path, and they are mostly elliptical because it's the most stabilized orbit. When something you put in a very elliptical way around the sun, then they are more stabilized way. That was discovered by the famous scientist, space scientist Kepler. And the beauty is there. All these planets, they are having their own gravitational pull, attraction, and they follow their own path. They don't cross. Even though they cross each other's paths, but the system is such a way is made beautiful so that they will not collide with each other, and they are having their own orbital time of evolving around sun and also around their own axis. And our Earth also is one part of that. You can see what is the size of our Earth. It is very tiny. In our solar system, the size of our Earth is so tiny, and in that Earth we are around 5 feet, 6 feet people living here. So you can see the relative existence of us in this universe. We are nothing. If you compare, then we are like a very minute particle kind of thing. Our size is right. Okay. So how many solar systems are out there? Anybody can guess? We are living in one solar system. So like that, how many solar systems maybe there in numbers? Anybody? Anyone?
10,000.
Who said 10,000? Have you done any homework? Or just guess theory? Guess theory. Good. Guess theory is a very beautiful chapter in industrial engineering, so it helps to plan many things. Anyone? So he said 10,000. Anyone approves that? Because in when you are in quorum, somebody says something, or in a group, somebody has to approve it. Then it becomes a rule. Okay. So let me tell how many solar system we have. How close you are, your number. And it's not that simply the numbers are written here, because there is a very strong community called International Astronautical Union. They are based out from our United Nations headquarters. This is an international body, and they only find, they only define. They only rejected Pluto as our planet, so we all people are obeying it. They are the main governing body, governing council, or you can tell, like for your college, for our country, like we are parliament, we are ministers. So like that, they are the international powerful body. Tomorrow they declare something is not sun or not planet, we have to obey it. Based on that only our literature and books are written. So 300 billion solar systems in our own galaxy. The name of our galaxy is called Milky Way. So just put 00, then you will understand how many zeros are there. That many solar systems are there, and we are living in one of them. So imagine what is our relative position in this whole bummer that you will become mad, right? And there is estimated 200 billion galaxies in the universe. One galaxy contains 300 billion stars, and whatever so far discovered are around 200 billion galaxies. So you think about your relative position. And my dear friend, this is only 4% we have discovered. Still 96% are unexplored yet, because we could not develop that much powerful equipment or tools to completely scan this infinite universe. So only 4%. In that 4%, these are the numbers. Okay. Today I hope you will not get good sleep if you start rethinking about these numbers and what is our relative position in this whole system. So, do you think there is no possibility of life out there with so many unexplored planets? We only know 8 planets where we are living, small family, happy family, and in that we are here as living objects, but still another 7 planets we have not fully explored, we have not reached there. Means humans are not reached there, although we have sent our artificial things like satellites and you call like rovers, landers. But so far we could not discover anything who will look like humans. We have found a lot of evidence, lot of scientific missions are happening. But having these many numbers, now what is your fundamental what do you call like your thinking process is coming? What is inducing you? What is forcing you to think? Do we only the one living creature existing, or do you think that elsewhere also creation may be there? How many of you believe now? Still you are confused. You are not going to believe, right? Because
I can say in such a viewer, there can be some possibility the much developed planet possible.
Yes.
We don't know.
yeah, the way our solar system evolved, we may be the highly intelligent or intellectual animal on Earth. But having said that, we should not feel that apart from us, other than us, there is no living object elsewhere. With the number you see, these are only small numbers, but when you expand it, you will understand what is our existence here, what is the probability of life elsewhere. It is not necessary that the life in other extraterrestrial celestial bodies should like us. There are many natural moon, many planets have been discovered. For example, there is the moon of Saturn, that moon name is called Titan. So they have discovered that Titan is full of methane lake, methane river, methane ocean. So how we are seeing here as H2O, that is in the form of CH4. Okay. So do you think means now whether it will force you to believe that there may be some creatures there who will be living in that surrounding, that environment? How many of you are really born and brought up in Mumbai? Can you please raise hand? Mumbai. Okay. But rest of people have come from elsewhere, right? Right. So it means what? It forced you as to come here for the sake of good education or good opportunity, or maybe someone of yours relative may be staying here, they may have referred you, please come and study here. Mumbai is good for education. SCRIT, no doubt, is a very reputed institute and very old institute. So assume that you have come to Mumbai, so you came to know that there is a place called Mumbai, right? some 30, 40, 50 years back when there was no mode of communication. And that time if someone came to Mumbai, he only, like Vasco da Gama came to India, then they said that there is a island or country exists named as India. Assume that if Vasco da Gama would not have come here, then probably India would have been unexplored. Does it mean that India is not there? India is there. Okay? So as we have not gone on to any planet, we have not seen any living object like us who will be resembles like us, it does not mean that there is no object living in other planets or in other celestial bodies, right? So today my topic is not here to tell you anything on astrophysics, just I want to give some glimpse so that tomorrow people, it will force you to think or to do further research in this area. Because you people are the future, you people are carrying lot of potential, okay? And the future is space. In all the dimensions, land, water, all these things are already highly occupied, saturated. So only one dimension is space, still it is not fully discovered. Why? Because space is infinity. How much you go? Now I have shown you one slide where 4% only we knew today. So another 96% is unexplored. And definitely in our lifespan is very impossible to find out, because so far this is the first picture of Earth taken on 1946. Before that there was a feel that Earth's surface is flat, not curvature kind of thing. So Ferdinand Magellan, when he started exploring the different parts of world, then he said he thought that he will go and fail somewhere because it is a flat surface. But where he started is a Spain explorer. Then where he started, he reached there. After that, it is proved that Earth is not flat. And this picture shows it. This is a 1946 picture taken by NASA. What's a NASA? And this is a James Webb telescope, which is there in L2, Lagrange 2 orbit. There are total 5 Lagrange points discovered by the famous French mathematician Lagrange. Where you put something, it will be beyond the gravitational pull of Earth and the gravitational attraction of Sun. How Earth is attracting us to the core of the center, like 9.81. So Sun also is attracting the planet towards it. So that is the reason all the planets are revolving around Sun in a very systematic and controlled way. Okay? Otherwise, like a centrifugal. So both are neutralizing each other. And this is in L2. L2 means it is not seeing the Sun, rather it is seeing opposite side of the Sun towards the infinity universe. And these are the pictures which you are seeing. These are nothing but the galaxies. Okay? And the left side is the cosmic dance, they call it. All galaxies are dancing. They are colliding. New galaxies are getting formed. So just think, in the night time, just see to the sky, open sky, free of clouds, how many stars you are able to see. And you should think, you should understand that the star which is glazing there is no guarantee that presently as on today those stars are still there, because that light took millions and billions of years to reach Earth. And today we are seeing the glazing light, but we do not know when that light got propagated or emanated from that celestial bodies and reaching today. Whether that star still exists or it is diminished or it's got destroyed, we do not know. Okay? Yeah. So let's come to the topic. I think more or less now it has outlined your basic knowledge on where we are, what is our existence, what is our relative position. Got it? Sir, if someone have any curiosity to ask question, they can interrupt. Otherwise, at the last, we will have a small time reserved for question and answers. So, what is interplanetary missions? As I mentioned, planet to planet, place to place, city to city, interstate, intercity. So, like that, interplanet, planet to planet. And that planet can be a moon, can be any celestial bodies. Okay. So, these are the definitions. I am not going to read out for you. You yourself can read. So interplanetary missions are done mostly in two ways. One is direct and another is indirect. Direct means I am saying you so many things. I am saying you that there is a place called Bangalore, place called Delhi, but if people are not believing it, very well. You can travel there, reach there by physically you see, then you prove it. That is called direct. Another is by scanning or by sending some signals or by using some powerful telescope. You can see if you are in a very comfortable position, you can put your telescope and lakhs and crores kilometer far away you can see and you can prove it. So that is called indirect methods. And interplanetary missions are the means to travel to the different interstellar bodies. Interstellar bodies means maybe planets, maybe natural satellites, what we call as moon. We are also having one moon. So every planet is having their own natural satellites. They are called their individual moon. Like the planets are rotating around sun, so their natural moons are rotating around them, keeping them as the center. And the interstellar body can be either planet, as I mentioned, Earth, or a natural moon of any planet, or comet, or even an asteroid. Asteroids are very natural interest nowadays for all of the astronomical people in Earth. They are scanning the full asteroids because asteroids are full of lot of what we call valuable resources. There are several lakhs crores of asteroids. They are evolving in our solar system, especially between Jupiter and Earth in that belt. And each asteroid is carrying either one kind of natural resources. There are a lot of asteroids they found they are full of water resources like ice, and there are some of the asteroids they are full of precious metals, diamonds. Assume that tomorrow you find one asteroid full of diamonds, although that asteroid may not be knowing the value of diamonds, but we know what is the value of diamond on Earth. Assume tomorrow you become owner of an asteroid which contains tons and tons of diamond. What do you do with that? Definitely we try to bring to Earth to encash it, right? And water resources, my dear friends, take it very seriously. You may be having a very ample and good like city called Mumbai, where you may not have the scarcity of water, but many countries in our globe, they are suffering a lot. They do not have access to a good quality of water. When I say water, can you drink water from elsewhere, from anywhere? You need purifier, right? But unfortunately, many countries of our globe, especially African countries, their resources are depleted a lot. Okay, so if we will perfect probably, I just walk and explain because standing. Am I audible? Yes, thank you. So that is the situation on Earth, and I assume tomorrow we will get an asteroid full of ice water body, and by any means we can do the mining on that. We can bring it to Earth. It can solve a lot of problem. Though today looks sounds fantasy to us, but who knows after 30, 40, 100 years the situation won't come. Can anyone assure that yes, forever we'll have all the natural resources with us, right? So things are getting depleted beyond our imagination. All the metals, ores, everything we are using rampantly. And today also we have started feeling the heat of it. That the resources are not getting what we call like regenerated. Rather it's once depleted. Like fossil fuel, once you put into your vehicle, you use it, it goes out in the forms of CO2, CO, NOx, and those are not useful again. You cannot use them for any further for any useful work. Okay, those are going to the atmosphere. Once escape. Sorry. So why do we do interplanetary missions? There are two major means. One is scientific objectives, another is technical objectives. So both are different. Let us not confuse. Scientific means they are more interested on the morphology, the surface structure, the composition, and how is the organisms living there. There is a planet you may be knowing on, Venus. Venus is surrounded by thick clouds of sulfur. You cannot see through sulfur. Okay, thick clouds are there. How we are having clouds of H2O, Venus is having that clouds made of sulfur. Surface temperature of Venus is around 380 Kelvin. Too hot. Too hot. Surface pressure is around 98 bar. What is the pressure we are feeling here on Earth? 1 bar. Air pressure is 97 times more than that. What we are having here. With 1 bar pressure, with a lot of semester subjects, with a lot of other tensions, how we are feeling? Assume Apart from that, you will have another 90 bar working on you. Within no seconds, you will become powder. The moment you will descend on Venus, within no seconds, maybe few minutes you can survive, but finish. Okay. But recently, satellites are sent there. I will come back how we do the scanning of the thing. Sir, please let me know where I have to stop because if I will start talking, I will be talking hours together. And there they found the phosphine signature. The satellites found, maybe biologists, the people who have studied biotechnology, they may be knowing what is the meaning of phosphine. A phosphine signature comes from there where there is a living organisms. Okay, if there is some living objects, they will discharge that gas for phosphine. So in the Venus atmosphere, the satellites which is revolving around Venus, they have found it. Assume for us it may be an uninevitable, impossible, but there are certain things happening there. Certain creatures may be there. Certain living objects may be there. They are giving that signature. Okay. So now, how many of you believe that apart from us, still living objects will be there in this solar system? Forget about exosolar systems. Okay. So my interest is by the time I end my presentation, all of you should get convinced. Other than us, living objects are there. Okay. So now 4-5 people started believing. I want at least that should go for the majority of things. I'm not saying anything out of my own knowledge. Okay. So there are sources for it. A lot of research is happening, and someone from you also can take up this research in your by advancing your career. Sorry, I forgot to tell technological objectives. Like for example, if you want to come somewhere now, earlier people used to come by bullock cart, then they developed ice engine, then your steam engine. Now aeroplanes are there, and we are talking about hypersonic plane, supersonic plane, and so on. Elon Musk has developed developing neural link so that you can communicate with anyone by not in coming physical contact with that person. So you just sit here, think something, other person will get the signal. What we call telepathy. Now he has developed such kind of thing. So many things are getting developed elsewhere in India also. So that is called technological advancements. My dear friends, your mobile phone, what you are using today, is the outcome of space travel. Okay? For Apollo missions, only mobile phones developed, not in this format what we are using today. It was in a very raw format. Those days the available technology they used to develop it. And today we are using it in a very refined format. So many space technology products developed for certain things, and after that they made it commercialized, and we are using this, including the air conditioner. Okay? And washing machines, ready to eat food, instant food we call like Maggi or all these things. They are originally developed for space travel and used by the astronauts, because you know when you go to space, space, the definition is anything away 100 kilometer away from surface of Earth is termed as space. Okay. After that 120 kilometer, there is a von Karman line. If you cross it, then you will be termed as you traveled space 100 and above. So there is gravity-less environment. Gravity is there, but not in 9.81. So what will happen in that environment? Nothing will be sticking to the surface. It will be free floating, and you cannot take water, oil, masala, all these that to prepare food there. In the absence of gravity, it's difficult to hold anything sticking to the surface. Okay, everything will be freely floating. And in that case, you have to live, so you have to survive. So there everything comes as a dried item, dried biryani, dried chapati. So dried, everything comes. And in India, there are a couple of research labs. They are developing this food for our Gaganyaan project, our astronauts. One is your DFRL, Mysore, and there is one research lab of CSIR in Hesargada, Bangalore, near to Bangalore, Karnataka. So they are developing the things, and probably you may be using in your hostel that Maggi, instant noodles, instant this thing what we call like you pour water, hot water, and keep it for some time, then it will by itself it will become eatable things. Huh? So those are things originally developed for space travel. Okay, including your beard trimmer. So many are there. More than 100 or so products are developed for space travel, but later they are converted into commercial uses. Why do we need interplanetary mission? Is it necessary or simply waste of time, waste of resources? Is it required? How many of you agree?
Good.
Thank you. I have listed down few, may not be all. It is the list, not the last. Climate change. My dear friends, more or less we all people are now victim of climate change. Now monsoon is there. In our childhood days, or maybe sir can tell about their childhood days, how was the monsoon and now how monsoon is behaving. Sometimes days together there won't be any rain, then torrential rain, flood. Sometimes it will become drought, sometimes it will be rain. Like completely, climate has become like insane, completely confused because of our more what we call greenhouse, what we are emanating to the environment because of industrial revolution, which started almost 100 plus years back. I eventually I was lucky to attend a talk by one Professor Balaji from IIT Chennai. He is one of the renowned environmental research scientists, but he is a professor in IIT Chennai. And I was attending one of his talk during my one of my training program in ISRO. Then he has found a lot of evidence like how ice engine, like burning of this gasoline, hydrocarbons, how it is badly affecting the atmosphere and the climate. So let us not confuse among environment and climate. Environment is a long-term process, climate is a local process. Maybe now climate in Bangalore is little rainy, not necessarily that surrounding area climate will be same. Okay? So climate differs from geographical place to place. So that is the one concern for us, and how we can mitigate through interplanetary missions. In the subsequent slide I am going to tell. Already I have said alarming levels of greenhouse. Greenhouse, when we say people, naturally it comes to our mind carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. But my dear friends, one more bigger culprit is there, methane, CH4. That is the major big culprit of greenhouse. And the amount of CO2 we are releasing to atmosphere, more than that, methane is getting released to atmosphere, even not by us, but it's a natural process. We cannot do anything on that. Rather, if you can tap it, use it, then it can give lot of benefits to us because the calorific value of CH4 is more than any of our fossil fuel fuels. And natural resources are depleting, as I mentioned. Like once you take something from the mines ore, you use it iron ore or aluminium ore, bauxite. You use it, then it will be assumed that it is consumed. You cannot take it back to its natural form. Okay. Once you use magnetite, convert it into iron, add some other constituents, because mechanical engineers, you may be knowing alloys. You cannot bring it back to the original condition how it was there in the world. That is depleting very fast because of our industrial revolution, the need what it has to fulfill. Lithium. Nowadays lithium is used in our mobile, in our electrical vehicle, and the deposit of lithium is very less. We are using titanium as a novel material in all our aerospace products. The deposits of titanium is very less. Okay. Once it got depleted, how to fulfill it? How to replenish it? We have to find the alternate source because we need it. We cannot go back to the cave age. We came from cave. We built cities, towns, buildings, and industrial revolution, and we are living here. If tomorrow government will declare that no, you demolish everything, go back to the jungle, stay in the cave, how many of you will go there willingly? Maybe none, right? And we have to stay here, so we have to see how to stay here, how to survive here. Something is getting depleted, we have to find out the sources to what you call like replenish it, again to get it. One more bigger danger is this solar radiation. Though it is now protected by our magnetic field, our ozone layer, but we know there are a lot of problems are there. The ozone layer is not completely absorbing the alpha, beta, gamma, ultraviolet rays coming from the sun. Okay? And tomorrow you assume there is no protective layer and all the harmful radiation falls on Earth. What will happen to us? Because you have been born and brought up in a very controlled environment. Tomorrow some problem will happen to that environment. Definitely we cannot survive. Right? we humans are accustomed to live in a certain environment, not beyond that. So these are the things which we have to be careful and keeping in mind. We have to find the alternate solution. Asteroids. You may be knowing or may not be knowing. Every day, many asteroids are coming close to the orbit of our Earth because of our gravitational pulls. Some are getting attracted, entering to our atmosphere, getting disseminated, destroyed. Some are reaching the surface of Earth. You know the famous theory how the dinosaurs got extincted from Earth. How many of you know? Still few. I think after my presentation, you all people will go back and study what happened to them. Unfortunately, dinosaurs were not space scientists. So they were here billion years back and they were happily living here thinking that they will be here forever. So one fateful day, asteroid came, hit the Earth and the rest is history. Okay? So who knows tomorrow such kind of thing will not happen. But to avoid such kind of thing, all the spacefaring nations across our globe, they are working together. And a lot of experiments have been happened in the past. In future also many experiments are going to happen. We are going to send artificial moon or our satellite which can go and impact with the asteroids and it will deviate its path from its natural orbit. If we can deviate 10 centimeter of any asteroid from its original orbit, the probability will become 1,000 years that again it will re-enter to the orbit. So if some asteroid is very close to our Earth, by willingly by impacting a satellite on that asteroid, we can push it from its natural path, and it will take another 1,000 years to come back to the natural path. At least for the next 1,000 years, will be safe. After that, dekha jayega whatever there. Okay. So the essence of interstellar missions. Why we need, as I already mentioned, that many asteroids are having a lot of metals, minerals. And if by any means we can bring them here, so definitely it will be useful for us. Okay, so there is companies already working on that. One company called Space Industries, and you see they have found out some novel means how to bring the asteroid. If not fully, at least some part of it if you can bring, then definitely it will be useful for fulfilling our many requirements, many it can help us to replenish many of our natural resources requirements. Why interplanetary missions required? Can someone read for me loudly? Last row. Okay, let me read out. Earth is the only world we know of that supports life, but is there extraterrestrial life beyond Earth, elsewhere in the universe? We have been talking for the last 20-30 minutes. So, does it force you to rethink about your notion about our universe? Okay. Is it possible that there is or has been other life in our solar system, perhaps on Mars or Europa? So with a lot of scientific missions, we have found there is mud beneath 10 centimeter surface from the Mars surface, beneath 10 centimeter, we found there is mud. So without water, mud will not come, right? If there was water, it means there was some life living there, maybe like us. But something happened, so that planet lost the gravitational pull. So due to that reason, the whole atmosphere got vanished in the space, and then solar radiation, everything reached very easily to the surface of that planet Mars, and some cascading effect happened. That we have to study and understand. It's not that interplanetary missions or space exploration is there because we are fascinated to go to some planet. Rather, we must understand what happened there, so that we can take such preventive action here. Such preventing action here to protect us, to mitigate that. Okay. Do you think there are living species who look different than human beings and survive in conditions different from us? Yes. Okay. They are not necessary that all living objects should start day with paratha, lunchtime biryani, and night time chapati to live, to survive. That we only need. Okay, great. I think this all unanimously you agree that all living objects do not live the life like how we are living. So this is you are right. So this is the Pompeii Ore is found in hydrothermal vents of the Pacific Ocean. Such vents exist on moons of Jupiter and Saturn. Who knows, those species cannot be there. Okay, many more are there. Okay, Fish is living in water. Fish does not need pizza or burger to live. It is very happily living on beneath the surface of water, right? But we cannot live there naturally because of our limitations. With artificial means we can live there. So types of interplanetary missions. Interplanetary missions can be of human-centric, non-human-centric. Recently concluded Chandrayaan-3 missions of ISRO, which was a huge success for us. It was a non-human-centric. There what we did, we sent propulsion system as orbiter and lander and one rover. Okay, so that is an indirect method. As a beginning of my presentation, I have explained that we can do it by a direct method by sending humans. We call it astronauts, cosmonauts, gognauts, whatever you say. Then indirect methods by scanning with telescope or by sending satellites, orbiters. And we do it by several means. That is called flyby. Flyby means by using the available gravitational pull as a natural way to get additional delta V. Probably, if someone from you have studied this orbital mechanics or flight mechanics, you might have studied. Otherwise, mechanical people, I think you might not have exposed to such kind of things. So, flyby means it's like using some available delta V free of cost. Recently, what Chandrayaan-3 we did, we used this flyby method. Like we put the satellite around our Earth several times, took the additional delta V, then we went to moon. We call it translunar orbit. But there are some missions happened after our Chandrayaan-3. That is Luna 25 missions of Russia by Roscosmos. They directly put the satellite into the lunar transmission orbit. Okay, and they reach it there. So there are many varieties of things which are part of astrophysics. And orbiter is nothing like a satellite. You send there, it will be carrying a lot of instruments. It will scan that surface. You know, Chandrayaan-1, the first moon mission of India, it did a very amazing work. It discovered something which the rest of the world we are not able to find. Anyone has kept an eye on those kind of discoveries? Great. Very good. So by using the onboard instruments, it has not descended down. Okay, it has not gone up to the surface of moon, but 100 kilometers away from moon in that orbit, it scanned and found the presence of water vapor in the surface of moon and deposit of water on the south pole of moon, okay, which is still protected. We are able to see the one surface of one part of moon because of our revolution and matching of our rotation around axis. And lander, we also recently did our landing Vikram lander. Lander is nothing like a stationary lab. It goes and settles down there and does a lot of experiments to find the surface construction, morphology. Okay. And rover is like a mobile robot. It goes along with his instruments and it does all the necessary experiments and sends back the information to the lander. Then lander sends to the orbiter, through orbiter or the satellite which is revolving around that particular celestial body. It sends back those data in terms of electromagnetic propagation to our ground station. We receive it, we analyze it, and we convert those encrypted message into readable format. So currently, a lot of interplanetary missions are happening. It's not that we are alone doing it. Many countries, many spacefaring nations across the globe they are doing. Can you tell someone from you, like man-made object traveled in space so far? Voyager 1 and 2. And can someone tell how much kilometer it has traveled so far? Guess just in terms of kilometers, like lakhs, crores, billions, right? 20 billion kilometers. They have already escaped away from our solar family, solar system. They are no more within our influence of our sun. Every planet, every star is having the area of influence. For Earth, it is 6 lakh kilometers. Any objects within 6 lakh kilometers of Earth will be easily get influenced by our gravitational pull and our magnetic attraction, all these things. But once you go over it, it will be free from it. Recently, there was a mission called Aditya L1 by ISRO. Anyone knows what is the significance of that L1? Can tell someone from you? Yeah, Lagrange point 1. And how far it is from the surface of Earth, that point? Someone. How many of you know about this Aditya L1 mission? Just raise your hand. Yeah. Then whoever raised their hand from that someone tells how far it is now, or how far it is going to be put in the orbit. L1. L1 is hollow orbit. It is called Lagrange 1 orbit. It's around 1.5 million kilometers, so around 15 lakh kilometers. Why? Because at that place, gravitational pull of Sun, gravitational pull of Earth neutralize each other. Any object put at that point will be a stable object. It will not be influenced by anyone. Okay? And there it will be seeing the Sun 24 into 7 into 365 days for the next 5 years. Because we are very much interested to know what is Sun for us. If today we are alive on Earth because of Sun, assume tomorrow Sun does not rise from the east, what will happen to us? If Sun declares holiday, summer vacation, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks or 1 month, what will happen to us? Whether we will exist? And if such situation will come, what we have to do? We have to be ready to migrate. How many of you born and brought up here and luckily studied in this prestigious college? How many of you? Just raise your hand. From this place, Mumbai. None. Half hand means what? It means more or less either you or your father or forefather or ancestors migrated and settled here for the better opportunity, right? And so our Carl Sagan, a famous NASA astronaut, he has written a lot of books. You can read the very famous sentence: life on Earth is like a cradle. So Earth is a cradle for us. When baby got born, they stay in a cradle. When it wakes up, it starts walking, crawling, running. It has to leave the cradle and it has to go further. So time has come for us to consider Earth as a cradle and start running, start exploring what is there. Humans are born to be multi-planet species. And in that direction, many people are working, developing. Elon Musk has developed Starship. The day Starship will be a successful space transportation system. So it will carry many more people with us to Mars and beyond that. And this is not fantasy or sci-fi thing I am telling. What was sci-fi previously, now one after another it is getting unfold. Everything is happening one after another. So down the line 30, 40, 50 years, probably we may not be alive. You people will be alive to see that humans are going and getting settled on Moon, Mars and beyond that. There is a project called Lunar Gateway. It's a project between NASA and ESA, American Space Agency and European Space Agency. They are building a hotel kind of things 100 kilometers away from the surface of Moon. So any astronauts will go for a long voyage, space voyage. First they will go there, they will refresh, get down, settle on Moon. There will be colony, and they will take their required fuel, water, everything from there, and they will start for long voyage to Mars. Because as of today, it takes almost 6 to 7 months to reach Mars, and it will make the astronauts or the person before taking a long voyage, they can get feel of the space travel. Because to reach Moon is the nearest celestial body to us, 3,84,000 kilometers. So within a week or so you can reach, or maximum to maximum 1 month. So this is our Voyager. It is carrying a lot of information with us. Recently there was a disruption of the command from Voyager 1, but later it was established through a deep space network from Canberra, Australia. And Voyager 1 is carrying a lot of encoded information, because we do not want the alien world to get the things easily, because we do not know what language they speak, how they behave, what they eat, how they will be look alike. So we have sent a lot of information in a coded manner through Voyager 1. It is carrying a lot of voice, language, song, and many more information about our Earth. If there is intelligent life living elsewhere, if they get a catch of it, they will understand where it has come. But for that, they have to be equally intelligent or more than that. So, other interplanetary missions, yeah, you know, Japan's Akatsuki mission is entered orbit around Venus. There are many missions happening else to carry the asteroid sample to Earth to study further how this complete our universe or our solar system got generated. and how the things are evolving. ISRO has done its part, NASA also has done, and many more things like Juno and JUICE missions, they are already carried out and they have reached their desired orbit and they are doing their part in sending back the information to us. Future interplanetary missions, yeah, ISRO has sent Aditya L1, then it is called Halo orbit. Along with L1, there are other satellites sitting there. There is a SOHO satellite from European Space Agency, it is sitting there. James Webb is there. Then we have our telescope, Chandra telescope. Many observatories are there. It is not confused between satellite and space observatory. Space observatory is something which will go and sit there and stable. Satellite will be orbiting, and it will be within maximum 36 or 64,000 kilometers away from surface of our Earth, which are called sun synchronous orbit and geosynchronous orbit, super synchronous orbit, like that. And many future missions are planned. ISRO has planned to send Venus 1 mission, and we have already sent mission to satellite to Mars. We are going to have second Mars mission. Subsequently, we are going to put our humans on space by Gaganyaan project. Then we are going to build our own space station in the coming 1 or 2 decades time. NASA and JAXA is Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. So it's an international cooperation. Any space projects, if you see, it's more or less like international cooperation. In Chandrayaan 3 also NASA has sent their instruments, ESA has sent in Chandrayaan 2, and Chandrayaan 1 also there are a lot of international instruments where they are on board Chandrayaan 1. Mostly because space explorations are costly affair, so they need international cooperation. International Space Station, you know how many countries are they are part of International Space Station, ISS? Any idea? 5, 10, 20, 30? So all European Union countries are there, America there, Canada is there, Japan is there. Okay. Even now India also signed to be part of it. So coming back to our thrust area, human space exploration. I don't have to say now why we need. I think a lot of information I have already put into your brain. Now it will force you to think that yes, we need this human space exploration, right? So how many of you agree now that we need this human space exploration? This is the call of the time. Okay. So when you started presentation, 3 or 4 hands raised. Now at least many of people are agreeing that we must do it. This is not a fascinating part. This is the essentiality. It is not a luxury anymore. Okay? It is a necessity now. And human space exploration, simply we cannot send humans to space, right? Human life is very valuable. We have to have very reliable space transportation system. And we people are here, maybe 30-40 people are here in this enclosed room. You people are comfortably sitting here, right? Why? How? Whether I made your life comfortable? Or this presentation? Or because professor said so out of fear you are sitting here? Why are you sitting here so comfortably? Because of interest. Because here you are in a very controlled environment, right? Assume there is no AC, no ventilation, there is no proper movement of air. Probably after 5-10 minutes you have been felt sweating, uncomfortableness, irritation. Then let us go out here, this speech, let it go, what to do with that? Anyhow, we are not able to sit here comfortably. And after 1 hour, confirmed food is also available for you, right? In canteen, or maybe you have brought from your home, might have brought. So we call it environmental control life support system. When you are here, after 30 minutes or after 10 or 20 minutes, there is a guarantee that if you go out, you will get all this fresh air, food. Assume we have to send astronauts to space for days together, months together. What they will do? It's not that very easy that they can go and come back, have food, and okay, morning they will come and after post lunch they will go to space. No. Traveling to space is a very expensive manner. You know, to put 1 kg of item in the orbit of 500 kilometers around, you have to burn around 14 lakh to 15 lakh rupees. Okay. Now you consider you have to do dieting now. If you want to go to space, you have to decrease your weight, because every extra weight you have to put 15 lakh as on today. In future, if space transportation will become cheaper, then at least okay. It does not matter how bulky you are. Okay. And mentioned healthcare, space, food. You have to give food. You have to make a controlled environment. Okay, they should not. It may not be as comfortable as this room, but you have to provide them a very comfortable environment so that they should alive. You have to give oxygen to them. They have to inhale. They have to be alive. Okay. So when fortunately I was part of the Gaganyaan project where ISRO is developing our own orbital vehicle to send our own Indian men and women to space. I got exposed to all these terminologies. Before that I was not knowing it. Being from Air Force, probably sir may be knowing when they send their fighters through the fighter aircraft, there also they provide such kind of environment. May not be food because the duration is very less, 1 hour, 2 hours, they can again come back and refuel. But here something you send to space, days together they have to live there. They have to float there. So they have to carry everything with them. Days together, months together. They will take books, they will take eatables, okay? They will take all entertainment devices with them. And for human space, like for our Gaganyaan, what the system we developed, orbital vehicle, their astronauts will go 7 days. They will float around 385 to 400 kilometers away from Earth. That is called low Earth orbit. And when they will come back, they will land on some water surface, maybe Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea. And then they will be recovered by means of sea or helicopters, and they will be brought back to the landmass. And when they will land, assume they are, instead of landing on sea, they will land in some forest area, and that forest will be full of wild animals. They have to protect themselves. For that, they have been given gun also, but they have been trained not to use against each other, rather to protect them from wild animals. They have been given fishing, what do you call, fishing rods, yes. So that if they will land on some water body and some time is taking the rescue team to go and recover them, at least that time they will not feel bored. They can catch fish. Okay. Not to laugh, it is a reality, because assume you will be there in a 6 square meter of area, 7 days. 2 or 3 people, that's all, or maybe one person. Now we have friends to share our feelings, and maybe after 4 or 5 o'clock you have the probability or the chances to go back at home. Assume that 7 days SCRIT will put a rule that you have to stay here. What will happen? You will come to the road. Chalega nahi. So their astronauts have to live 7 days or months together in a very confined environment. Assume someone from them dies there. What will happen? Beside you there will be a dead body. It is not in your hand that put a switch and come back to Earth. There is a certain rules, protocols you have to follow, and you will come. 3 astronauts initially you have to understand. Many astronauts they go earlier in the different missions, now also going. But in Gaganyaan there will be 3 astronauts. So assume out of 3, 1 die there. What will happen? You have to live there with a dead body for the remaining days without losing your peace of mind. That kind of training they undergo. Initially, astronauts will be are chosen from the defense forces because their training and everything is very tough, so they can survive. Okay, people like us civilians difficult because we are too emotional, and the psychological issues are also there with us. Okay, we are going different direction. So that's all. Let me leave space transportation system. I think these are the things you more or less know. You need a powerful rockets. How does the spacecraft decrease altitude? I am just keeping the propulsion systems. These are not dwelling much because this presentation also I give to school level people. They are not much conversant with propulsion systems, how it happens. They feel that aircraft is something which is someone is using catapult to throw it out and it's going and coming down like. But no, he's using all these mechanics. Okay. This is a famous rocket equation. Okay, developed by Russian scientist Constantine. And with this only our space transportation started by using multi-stages. Okay, this is the first equation. You people have studied in mechanics very well, so I am dwelling here, not dwelling much. So propellant, you need fuels, right? You may have your well, which you may with the diesel and petrol. Okay, so like that when you have to fly your rockets, you have to have different kind of fuels. The fuels can be solid, can be liquid, can be cryogenic, can be hybrid. So difference is solid, you cannot have control. Once you fire, it will be propagating each by its own means. You may not have the control. And liquid, you have a very good control over the system. As and when you need, you can fire, you can stop, again you can fire. Hybrid is combination of both. Cryogenic is something which is beyond, which is stored beyond 150 Kelvin. Is called cryogenic. So cryogenic propulsion system is the highly advanced, but is a very efficient propulsion system and green in nature. But to storage something in cryogenic temperature is a challenging task. For example, today if you are storing something in cryogenic temperature, 16th of September 2023, when your grandkid come, that time also it should contain the same temperature. Assume grandkid means after 2 generations, right? Today you are storing in 180 degree Celsius. So after 20, 30 years, 25, 30 years or so, when someone once comes and opens it, it should contain the same temperature. And you know, naturally always thermal gradients happen. Okay? Whatever insulation you put, it will be automatically, the gradients will happening. The law of nature. Okay? So that is the complexities of any cryogenic system, and we say proudly we are the one of the spacefaring nation across the globe who have mastered this technology in spite of all disadvantages and a lot of international restrictions. We developed it. So it's not a proud moment for us. Still some people disbelieving it that we have not developed it, right? How many of you believe that we have developed cryogenic technology? How many of you were keeping track on Indian space program? This is a highly advanced technology with a lot of global, international politics and all this thing. We could able to develop it, and let us praise to our Indian scientists. Okay. So these are the evolution of rockets. I don't have to say much on that. Right side you can see those rockets built by ISRO. We started with SLV, satellite launch vehicle, then augmented satellite launch vehicle, then polar satellite, which is our workhorse. So far more than 400 or so plus satellites we have put into the orbits. And we have the what we call like the flame of putting 104 satellites at once, group satellites. That is the accolades is there with India because of this PSLV made by ISRO. Recently concluded our Chandrayaan 3 mission was done by the middle rocket, that is SLV Mark III or launch vehicle Mark III. And the last one is SSLV, satellite, small satellite launch vehicle, which already have 2 launches, and in future we are going to have multiple launches. Left side you can see the launch vehicles evolved across the world, like Soyuz, like we have a space shuttle. Then the recent one is the Star series, the highest powerful rocket is built by SpaceX of the USA, and they already have 2 unsuccessful, one unsuccessful launch. Probably in the near future they are going to reattempt, and once it becomes successful, we will be putting everyone on, like more than 30-40 people, so it can carry with it, and they can easily reach Moon or Mars or beyond that. Future manned missions. The future of space exploration may consisting of both crew or manned and unmanned by means of many, because a lot of scientific advances are happening elsewhere in India and abroad. And now many countries have come forward to do space missions altogether, and this is the future. Space exploration is the future because all other dimensions are preempted. If you see Earth surface is mostly crowded. If you see the sea, ocean is almost all consumed, used, and still some unexplored area are there, and we are doing going to do a lot of missions. Recently, one accident happened in US. You know, we lost the people on board a submarine. How many of you know? Good. So people are keeping an eye on this global environment. So the way technology is evolving, days are not far away that many more people will be traveling all together. Now mostly 1 or 2 are traveling because of limitations on propulsion systems, rockets and other systems. But future is very bright for space exploration. And spacefaring technology including propulsion navigation systems are undergoing critical technological innovation to support future interstellar missions, because as I mentioned, Earth on life is not that we should burn and die here, because humans are multiplanet species. So we are just evolved here, but slowly, maybe I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow or 2024, but the way things are advancing, another 10 to 15 or 20 years we will be multiplanet. Maybe first we'll put on Moon, then Mars, and so on. Because Mars is having a lot of similarities like Earth. Their day, night time is almost the same. Surface morphology is more or less same. You know why Mars color is red?
Iron oxide.
Yeah, and iron oxide also we have on Earth, right? So now Chandrayaan 3, our rover Pragya found a lot of evidence of many more things there. Can someone tell? Someone? Yeah, please, last line, yeah. Yeah, calcium, sulfur, oxygen, and other noble items. Many more information now it is under analysis. So in the coming days they will publish it. Okay. So because Moon is the closest celestial body, and there is a theorem that Moon was originated from Earth only. So what we have here, similar thing may exist there, and slowly one after another scientific experiments are proving. And the major thing is there is a noble gas available there on surface of Moon. It's called helium-3. And helium-3 can be brought back to Earth. It can solve our energy problems forever, because you know currently our power plants are run either by coal, water, or nuclear. Coal is depleting very fast. Water is a perennial issue for us. We do not have that much what we call rainfall area in our country. Nuclear is very dangerous, because the radiations coming from nuclear power plants, if not controlled properly, then it can create a lot of health issues and hazards for us. Okay? And the better example is Chernobyl in Russia. What happened, everyone knows. Every one of you know about it, right? But if you bring that helium-3 with a natural fusion process, you can extract energy from it. This say, if you can bring 100 kg of helium-3, that is just a saying. City like Bombay, you can get energy for the next 25 years. You know, like Bombay, what is your energy consumption? Okay, so that is the potential of space exploration. So this is the international cooperation program called Artemis missions, and in that I think more or less people knows about it. In that, because space travel is not that much easy, or is very expensive. What do you call, like cost intensive affair. Single country cannot withstand or bear such kind of cost. Okay? As of today, we have a lot of limitations. So with international cooperation only, we can do it. So this is Artemis mission. India very recently signed that accord, and in that there will be a common understanding about all space-faring nations to explore the space altogether. So I am concluded here. Hope so I have justified the time given to me. So necessity is the mother of all inventions. Interplanetary mission is the one of the basic essentials for humans for the days to come. How many of you agree now? Great. So when we started, I think only 2-3 people agree. At the end of our talk, now we are convinced. Yes, human space exploration or space exploration is the call of the time. And what we will do out of it if we do it? To enhance our knowledge over ignorance of these traditional planets of our solar system. Until tomorrow, we are reaching on the surface of Mars and living there. Nowadays, if some problem happens at our home, astrologer will tell, it's called Mangal Darshan. You give some read or do some puja. If you are living on the surface of Mangal, what you have to do then? What puja you have to do? But my dear friends, not to laugh, all the planets have influence on us. Okay, those are invisible. Okay, every planet is having their gravitational pull. They are doing some changes in our life, because our body is made of 70% water, 30% solid. So water, because of low density, water gets easily attracted by any pulling force. Okay, and the main what we call celestial bodies which affects our life is Moon, because it is in a close vicinity. Mars is 1,000 crores kilometers away from us. Saturn, Venus, and Jupiter, they are very far away. But the nearest celestial body to planet Earth is our natural satellite, Moon. And you know, like in Amavasya Purnima days, when there will be tide, those days usually people are having some psychological issues. Those things get more propagated because of there is a something moon is doing on us. Okay, so like that, every planet, every star, every celestial body is having effect on us. But those are different topics, different parts, and let us not venture into that. We established proven science and technology, as I mentioned, many space technology products we are using it nowadays, but those are originally developed for space exploration. Helium, this your lithium ion battery, okay, that was originally developed for space exploration, but we are using it now left, right in our mobile phones, our vehicles. So cryogenic technology also originally developed for space exploration, but now we are using it in many ways. We are using it for our stem cell research program, and we are using that what we call like this cold storage that is also originally developed for space exploration. Many more. Maybe this medical, the people keeping interest on medical technology, they can find out that we call it a pacifier. If somebody is having some heart issues and they fall sick, they use a pacifier to make him alive, rejuvenate his body. So many more like those items developed out of space research or space exploration purpose. Replenis existing resources of our Earth, that is also one part of our discussion. Today we will not be feeling the heat of those problems, but in the near future we will definitely feel. Before that, we have to be ready. Expand human colonization beyond Earth. That is a very debatable thing, but it's the call of the time. So this is our solar system. After few years, my dear friends, during your vacation, probably instead of going to other place on Earth, maybe you plan to go to some place to Moon or Europa or Calderos like that, big letters, and you will tell your friends that next vacation I am going to Calderos because I have my uncle staying there. It's going to happen in the future, or maybe in the coming century. Can someone read this for me? You know him, right? How many of you do not know him? Okay, all of you know. Can you please loudly read someone who is very good vocal cord?
Yes, loudly.
Loudly.
Get up and speak.
Please, maybe, I don't know your
Yes,
can
you read. Please get up.
Stephen Hawking, renowned
Get it loudly. Loudly.
renowned British theoretical physicist, said that I don't think the human race will survive the next 1,000 years unless we spread into space. There are too many accidents that can befall life on a single planet, but I am optimist. We will reach out to the stars. Let us make this dream come true. If man had already proved survival in space, on space stations, then why not on alien planets?
Yeah. This is said by none other than this Nobel physicist. Now, how many of you agree for the last 45 minutes, 1 hour, what I was trying to convey to you is, how many of you agree? Raise your hand. Majority of you now agree. So my job is done. My job is just to create that interest in you to do your further research in this area because a lot of potential is there. Okay, they are my team who have helped me to prepare it, so it's not my full credit. They are the people who are working with me at the research space, and they have contributed a lot. So I have to be very much thankful to them for their wholehearted contribution and support. I could able to stand today and to explain you on that. So now come back to our anyone wants to ask any question?
Anyone wants to ask the questions?
People understood.
on, no?
We have 30% land. So most of the planet is covered by water. So why not we do research on this big space water, and we can colonize on water itself. Why we are we should do some research on
Sir, we have technology here, desalination. I think we have a lot of desalination plant. This was discovering water on different asteroid planets, and the main purpose is not to bring them back to Earth. Purpose is if we can go there and settle there. We need water to settle on any celestial bodies. We need water to prepare our food, and we need oxygen to inhale. So these are the main core of this exploration. It's not that we are founding those things to bring them back. Of course, with respect to precious metals, minerals, if we can bring them to Earth, probably some of our problem can be solved in the long run.
as far as space is concerned, we have a lot of space above
Up to 100 kilometer we can colonize the space on Earth also.
Yeah, and we have put our space stations in for 385 400 kilometer, around 400 plus kilometer.
Be able to colonize our space nearby Earth, then we should think about Mars, and because this is a supporting system, and for that it will need at least 500 years to settle there properly.
No.
Otherwise it will be just experimental purpose only.
No, 500 years not required, sir. International Space Station is there for the last 2 decades. We have now graduated beyond that. Now it's a time to settle on Moon by making gateway, lunar gateway, which is already happening, going to happen soon. Then from lunar, we have to go to Mars. So these are the future projects, but not that is going to happen day after tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday. So it's a long-term project, sir.
To colonize it will take long time because
Not at all, sir. We have already developed the technology, and colonization is not that we should have all the ingredient available there. Maybe with some shortcoming, we have to manage. Then we have to evolve. We have to develop the things accordingly.
colonization is required just to escape the problems on Earth. Otherwise, Earth has sufficient.
Sir, you are speaking comfortably from Bombay. Go to some part of Africa, you will see how they are struggling to get a drop of clean water. So let us not enjoy or cherish the resources what available to us. Today it may be available. I think you are in my age or maybe little older than me. You might have seen the climate or the resources available in this area, and today you may be seeing the difference, and assume another 100-200 years, if you have the vision to see, you can very well visualize what's going to happen here. So keeping those things in mind, we have to ready. If there will be an alert that at 30th of September there will be asteroid which is coming very fast and is going to hit our Earth. So can we plan some travel plan to leave the Earth, sir? It's not that train or bus, book a ticket and leave out of Earth. We have to prepare the technology, we have to be ready. Right, sir? To convince, still having confusion. Yeah, Elon Musk is just one of the person.
Of the opinion that in near future Earth will not be habitable, and we should have some provision for.
Sir, it may not happen drastically, but gradually it's going to happen. Because the nature started from zero is going to become zero. It's like a circle. Where you started is going to reach there. It will not happen within 2-3 years or 20 years, 30 years. Maybe millions years it took to evolve life here. Again, it will take similar time to get distincted or extincted from here. There is a natural moon of Saturn called Titan. It, as I mentioned, I think during my talk, is full of methane lakes, methane pond, methane ocean, CH4 in the form of liquid. And people living in Antarctica, people staying in Panvel or Basi area of Bombay, not necessarily that they should live their equal life, right? So their lifestyle is different, they have to survive there in a different hostile environment. Here something is not similar. Like that, every planet, every celestial body, if some life is thriving there, they are living their life in that natural environment. some animal on that Titan will be very happy with the CH lake. Like if someone from us will be put into a CH environment, CH4 environment, instantly will die because that will become a poison for us. But they are the animals which are evolving that kind of environment. They are very happy there. They will be living there forever. And that planet, that moon started evolving also. So down the line, 2.5 billion years or so, that will become like a Earth. So those numbers are very big, but it's a natural process. We are not here today. How we are today? We evolved for the last few thousand years or few lakhs years. That's the reason today we are here in different format. So things are evolving elsewhere. I have shown you another as a cosmic dance that James Webb Telescope discovered. Cosmic dance means two galaxies that they are going, that means they are colliding with each other and they are creating again multiple galaxies, multiple solar systems, planets. So sir, for us our world is within 10 kilometers. But beyond that also world exists and many more things are happening which are not visible to us. But sir, we cannot see all the wavelength, right? Our eye is having limitations. Does it mean that there is not other wavelengths here? I think this you might have read, sir, in physics, how many types of wavelengths are there. Our human eye cannot catch all wavelengths because from sun many untraceable wavelengths are coming to us. Does it mean that they are not there? We cannot see means it's not there? I have not gone to America. Does it mean America is not there? So my point is not to tell that what is there, not there. My point is there. Many more things are there which is not explored or discovered yet, but they are there. Thank you, sir. I hope I addressed your question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this very interesting and insightful session. And we do believe that there is a possibility that there exists a life other than human being outside the our boundaries of the Earth and solar system as well. Now, on behalf of Council of Vibration Specialists Mumbai chapter and FCRIT and FCRIT CVS student chapter, I request Dr. Deshmukh and Dr. Pai to present our token of appreciation to Dr. Mishra.
Thank you very much.
Before he leaves, I have a question. What is the opportunity of engineers in space science
They are only the people who are going to build the further infrastructure.
right now in India?
Why India? Because when you talk about space, from space, if you see, there is no geographical boundary, and it was said by none other than a very distinct person who belongs to India, maybe finance and maybe knowing it. Can someone recollect who has said this famous sentence? From space, there is no geographical boundary visible. All countries look same. All landmass look same, equal. Rakesh Sharma, the first astronauts, India astronauts sent to Mir space station, that was originally Russian space station. When Indira Gandhi asked him during the video chat, so first he said, Indira Gandhi asked him like, Rakesh Sharma ji, how you are feeling and what is your perception or view about our country? He said, Sare jahan se acha Hindustan hamara. My country looks more beautiful than any other country. And we people only have made this human boundary. This is India, this is the thing, that is that thing. But from space, no boundary is visible. All land mass. Water, land, that's all. Water, non-water. Land mass, water. So when you speak about space technology, that does not belong to only India. You people are going to become tomorrow what you call like world citizen. You will not be having voter card or Aadhaar card of only India. You will be a world Aadhaar card. Because the space is the frontier which does not differentiate between any individual country. And you people are only the futures. You people are carrying enormous potential. You can bring lot of changes. Not necessary that we should go and settle there or bring something. If we find some advanced technology to mitigate some problem here, that is the output or benefit of doing space research. If we know what happened on Mars, because now 10 centimeter deep on Mars we are finding mud. Okay, muddy area is there. It means water was there.
They are finding river beds, they are finding volcanoes, all these things. Huh? So what happened there? At a certain life got extincted there. If we find out by doing all this Mars exploration, all these research activities, at least we will prevent such kind of catastrophic problem to happen here. Not necessary that we should go and stay in Mars. May not, maybe necessary, may not necessary. I am not telling. I am not the advocate doing advocacy for space exploration or human colonization, all this. But if you understand what problem happened that triggered that kind of situation, how all the dense atmosphere got escaped, how the gravitational pull got lost there, at least we will take some preventive action here now itself, keeping time in hand. Ghar jal jayega. After that, if you sprinkle water, what will happen? Can you bring it back? Though second law of thermodynamics says that energy can be converted into usable work, can you bring back to the usable energy by converting work from that? If you put the brake, vehicle will stop. Some heat energy will be created. Can you reconvert the heat energy and start the vehicle running with that? Okay, then it will be called perpetual machine, right? Machine of type 1, type 2, you might have studied. So before any problem happens, you have to be well alert for that. And for that, we have to study what created that kind of problem there and whether such kind of chain reaction started here. If started, how to stop it, how to mitigate it, how to prevent it. So main purpose of all this study is not that we should go and study. So those kind of sci-fi Hollywood fantasy movies keep aside, one side, and think that if we understand, then at least we can prevent such kind of problem here. Why? Prevention is better than.
Thank you, sir. This is for your information. Sir is heading CEO of Mishra Space Private Limited, and today we have signed the MOU. That MOU is for what? Your internship, your project, or if you want any kind of help related to the things related to space. He and his team is always ready to support us. So, as I mean, if you require any kind of the things, you can coordinate with Shomik sir, with me. We'll have a discussion with him, and then we'll give you the opportunity to interact further. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you, sir. With this, I say that we conclude this event and we can proceed.
Thank you all.
Thank you.